What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got the post-game report on Michigan's 41-13 win over Purdue. Gonna be going over my post-game reaction, analysis, and my key takeaways to the game and what stood out to me in this one, plus JJ McCarthy climbing the leaderboards for all-time career passing yards in Michigan program history. We're also gonna be talking about what some coaches and players said post-game in this one. It's all gonna be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so Michigan beat Purdue 41-13 last night in a very off and on game from the Wolverines. Frankly, the score should have been 41-6, although Purdue scored a touchdown with 18 seconds to go in the game. But Michigan obviously blocked out all the noise that's been going on with the allegations, and it was very nice to see Michigan football finally back on the field after a bye week. It was a long 2 weeks, especially with everything going on. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Michigan to start the game, I mean, the offense was moving the ball phenomenally, very easy as well. They went up 17-0 in the first quarter, and the defense, they were doing their job, forced 3 and outs. They also got a pick from Will Johnson. Then they started to slow down a little bit towards the end of the first quarter, and in the second quarter might have been one of the worst quarters this season that we've seen from this Michigan football team. They first of all muffed a punt, so then Purdue got a field goal out of that, and then Michigan, they went for it on 4th and 1, did not get it, went for it in their own territory. So Purdue, they got a field goal out of that. Obviously, credit to the defense. They stopped Purdue twice to a field goal. Then a little bit into the second half, Michigan's offense finally started to get going. Samaj Morgan lit it up with a long 44-yard touchdown on an end around to him. Then after that, it was all Michigan from that point on. So a couple key takeaways to the game that I wanted to mention, and it's first starting with JJ McCarthy. He really missed some throws in this one. You could tell he was a little uncomfortable. He did get sacked 3 times in that game, and he was being pressured a lot, but he figured it out and started to make some nice throws towards the end of the game there. But all in all, I mean, he finished with 24 completions on 37 attempts for 335 yards. He didn't throw any interceptions, and he also didn't throw any touchdowns. However, there was a dropped pass from Cornelius Johnson in the end zone that would have put Michigan up 24-0 early in the game. Michigan ultimately settled for a field goal on that drive. But I mean, it's pretty crazy that you could make the case JJ McCarthy had an off game against Purdue, and he still finished with 335 passing yards, and it was his best passing yard output of the season. So pretty crazy there. And Roman Wilson, he led the way receiving. He had 9 receptions, 143 yards. He has been getting it done recently for Michigan. Donovan Edwards was also impacting the game early with a long reception from JJ McCarthy early in the game on the first drive. He finished with 3 receptions for 41 yards. Colston Loveland also had 4 receptions, 55 yards, and Cornelius Johnson had 2 receptions, 39 yards. AJ Bonner didn't really get the ball thrown to him, I don't think. I think there might have been one pass where JJ kind of threw it behind him, but he didn't really see any receiving action in this one. As far as rushing, Blake Corum, 15 carries, 44 yards, 3 touchdowns. Donovan Edwards had 8 carries for 21 yards and a touchdown at the end of the game. Kalel Mullings had 4 carries for 20 yards. And how about Samaj Morgan? The freshman has been outstanding recently. He had a 44-yard rushing touchdown that put Michigan up 27-6. So the offense, they started out hot in the first quarter, then they kind of slowed down in the second quarter. Might have been one of their worst quarters of football thus far into the season, but then they figured it out in the second half and finished it off with a good final drive from the starters in the fourth quarter. And also a key thing here, Michigan no injuries coming out of this game. They are all fully healthy and should be ready to go for the big game against Penn State next weekend. And you look at the defensive side, obviously highlighted by Will Johnson interception early in the game, and that was Michigan's only turnover that they forced in this one. I was expecting Purdue to turn the ball over a lot in this one, given that Michigan's defense has, forced a lot of turnovers, but Purdue actually did a pretty dang good job. Although Michigan, they held them to 269 total yards. Michigan's offense, they actually had a total of 445 yards, 335 passing yards, and 110 rushing yards. Michigan, they had 1 sack today. They were able to get some pressure on Hudson Card, but he did a good job of scrambling away, throwing it away. McCarthy Page today had a total of 8 tackles. Quentin Johnson with a total of 4. Josiah Stewart had half a sack, and Chris Jenkins had half a sack in this one. Brendan McGregor had a tackle for loss. Michael Barrett had 5 total tackles. Junior Colson with 4. And I would say really the only 2 things with the defense was the freshman DJ Waller, as he kind of just lost focus and lost the ball when it was up in the air, didn't follow the receiver, and he was able to catch it over him. I think he thought the play was over. And then also Mike Sainristil let Deion Burks catch that touchdown pass with 18 seconds to go in the game. Not that it really mattered, but that was really it for the defense on mistakes. Other than that, they did a phenomenal job, like always, domination. So let me know what you guys thought of this game and your key takeaways from the game. But like I said, one of the most key things is just coming off of this game healthy. Also wanted to mention that JJ McCarthy passed Tom Brady's 5,351 career pass yards for 9th all time in Michigan history. He now has 5,369 career passing yards, and McCarthy is now just 81 yards shy of passing head coach Jim Harbaugh. So pretty cool there. Definitely one of the best, if not the best quarterback to go down in Michigan history. We still gotta, finish his career out here. They want to talk about what some coaches and players said post-game. Jim Harbaugh, he asked that people take a moment to enjoy the talent that JJ McCarthy has. He said he's truly the best college Michigan quarterback that we've ever seen. Harbaugh also called his team Savage Warriors. He said, go ahead and question them on why they are good, how they got good. He said it's practically a priceless gift to get to where we want to go. He said they are just good. If you know football and you watch our guys play, I've said it before, there are 20, 22, 23 guys that are going to be playing on Sundays, and there's another 30 to 35 right behind them that will return, and others that will be developing. Even Purdue's coach Ryan Walters, obviously, we had that handshake with Jim Harbaugh post-game. But after the game, he did say that is a really, really, really good football team, and just kind of wore out there at the end and didn't make as many competitive plays as we made toward the middle of the game. So giving credit to Michigan. I mean, obviously, everybody knows, in the nation, Michigan, they are a good football team. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they have been one of the most dominant and the most consistent team in college football this season. There is no arguing that whatsoever. Also, post-game, Michael Barrett said, it's Michigan versus the world right now, and Roman Wilson also wore a shirt saying Michigan versus everybody. So they know what's going on, they know what's up. Jim Harbaugh and JJ McCarthy also showed the love for Santa Ono, as he has done a great job of handling the situation for Michigan against the Big Ten thus far. As JJ said, one thing's for sure, President Santa Ono is the best president in the country. He said that he feels the positive energy and support that he offers for the team. Jim Harbaugh also said it's greatly appreciated, and McCarthy just said, having that feeling is tremendous. He is definitely the GOAT, and Michigan very lucky to have him. But with that, Michigan beats Purdue 41-13. They handle business as usual, and now Penn State is on the clock. The biggest game of the season up to this point for Michigan. You're going to be tested on the road in Happy Valley. Should be a fun matchup and a potential top 10 matchup. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.